Hello, it's Amy from Little Deer. Today I'm going to show you how to sew a sweet little deer from felt. You can find the free pattern at the link below, so let's get started. I have my felt and my printed pattern here. I've chosen 3 different shades of purple of my favorite wool blend felt from Benzie Design. It comes in so many beautiful colors and it's perfect for felt animals. I'm going to start by cutting out all my patterns loosely around the edge. You don't have to cut on the line at this point. This is the main body piece. Now I'll pin the pattern onto the felt. It helps a lot to have small, sharp scissors for small felt pieces. These Fiskars are my favorite that they also have at Benzie. So now, just cut through the paper and felt together on the pattern line. Now I need 2 of this piece for the front and the back, so I'm going to use this one as a pattern to cut a duplicate. Now the chest piece, I'll cut this one out the same way. Use your scissors to clean up the edges a little if you need to. For the tiny ears and antlers that are too small to pin, I'll just hold the pattern and felt together and cut them out. Save those little felt scraps, we can use them later. And here are all my felt pieces. To sew my pieces together and do the embroidery later, I'm just using regular DMC embroidery floss that matches the felt colors. Cut a length of floss, separate the 6 threads and pull out 1 thread. Thread your needle. This is a standard size 5 embroidery needle. Tie a knot in one end. I'm sewing the pieces together using the stab stitch. This is just a tiny up and down stitch through the felt layers all around the edge. When you're done, turn it over, pass your needle under one of the stitches on the back, and tie a little knot. Now I'm going to start embroidering the face. I'm using 2 threads of dark purple floss, just making stitches right next to each other for a little nose. This is called the satin stitch. If you're new to embroidery, it's super easy to learn. Check out my other videos for lots of stitch tutorials, including the satin stitch. one more straight stitch for the mouth. Now I'm doing the eyes in the same way. For eyes, I like to add a tiny white shine dot to each one. I think it gives them extra personality. I forgot to stitch on the tiny hooves earlier, so I'm going to do that here. We'll leave the ears and antlers aside for now. They'll be stitched in between the front and back layers when we sew them together. This is kind of looking like a little owl, and you could definitely use this pattern to make an owl. Just make a beak shape and maybe add some wings. Now I'm going to add some little embroidered stars. I'm using 2 threads of floss. I'm adding a simple little star. It's just 3 straight stitches crossing over each other. Now I'm making a little French knot dot. Wrap the floss around your needle 2 to 3 times. Hold the floss tight and pull it through. You can find more tutorials for these stitches on my channel. Keep adding stars or embellish your deer however you like. I finished my embroidery. I've also added some white stars to the forehead. So now I'm ready to sew the front and back together. Line up the front and back parts and pin them together. Using 1 thread of floss, start with your knot in between the felt layers to hide it. I typically start at one bottom corner and sew up and around the top. Now I'm sewing the edge using the whip stitch over and around the edge back to front. Don't forget about those ears and antlers. Tuck an ear in between the layers and sew it in place as you go. Now I'm sewing in an antler the same way. Add the remaining antler and ear and continue whip stitching down the other side. Leave the bottom open for stuffing. Or you can stop sewing here and you have a little finger puppet. Super cute. So now we're ready for stuffing. You can use any doll or stuffed animal stuffing. Just pull off a little at a time and stuff it in. Use scissors gently, or maybe a knitting needle, to poke it up into the small areas. Remember those felt scraps? They also make great stuffing. Just cut them into little pieces and tuck them inside. There we go, all stuffed. You don't want it so full that the sides pull apart, just like a little pillow. Let's sew up the bottom. Tie a little knot at the end to close it up, then push your needle through and out the back, pulling your knot inside. Now snip off the thread. All done. Felt animals are fun to play with or display, or you can make them into ornaments. You'll need a length of ribbon, or you can use embroidery floss. Just fold it in half and stitch it to the back. You can also stitch the ends in between the felt layers when you sew them together. So much fun! Ornaments, finger puppets, there are lots of other ways to use felt animals as well. Check out my tutorials page, that's the link below, for lots more ideas. I've created hundreds more felt animal patterns, which are all in my shop. I hope you've enjoyed sewing this little deer and keep making a whole menagerie. Thanks for watching, bye!